Hey guys, FrenchReaper here. So, this is my tier list, this is my opinion. I can be wrong completely about everything, I can be right about everything. I hope I'm right about at least half of the things I'm about to say. So yeah, making a tier list for the Mastermind was really difficult compared to making one for the Survivors. Survivors is pretty easy. Most of the players are using the same equipment and the same skills, so not complicated. Survivors though, Mastermind though, that was really difficult because I could have make a tier list, based on one build, from which is I think what most of the players will do. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong to base a tier list on just the strongest Nicholai build and compare it with the Alex strongest build as well. And yeah, no, I think in quick matches you can find a huge variety of builds. And some masterminds have a lot of strong builds, and some others only have a few, and some sadly only have a few good builds, but none of them is very strong. And I think that's what makes a difference. I will also rate them. The bio weapon will also count. How good the bio weapon is matters too, in my opinion. So yeah, Williams, the field. I will rate them with by their variants as well. How good their variants perform with all kinds of possible builds, and the area 2 and 3 cars as well. I will rate them as well, and the whole thing will determine how good they are, in my opinion. This is how I decided to rate them as a whole, and as well. I do rate them, I like to think, not from the casual matches you get. For example, if you are play Mastermind and you get 4 solo queue players, I don't think I should rate the Mastermind depending on those matches. I decided to rate them depending on how they will perform against a very good and coordinated team, or at least a good coordinated team. That's how I think they should be rated at a, how to say, pro level, I guess. That's how I did rate them, just so you know. Because obviously against 4 solo queue players, some builds seem very strong. I will just name one of them. Mr. X build, for example, Infinite X, is one of the worst builds I've ever faced. I've ever faced as a survivor in a team. This is bad. But this works against randoms, obviously. Anyways, let's start. So, between those 5, who is the weakest? Annette, in my opinion. But doesn't make her weak. That just means that she is strong, possibly, but the weakest of the 5. So, first I will start with Birkin. In my opinion, he is the second worst bio weapon. Why? Birkin is very good if he has a horde around him, but that's it. He is slow. His damage is okay, but Mr. X does better. Mr. X does better, Nemesis does just better, he doesn't have any speed. Fury can be useful though with a gun build or a trap build. You can cheese in area 2 with devices and kind of combine Fury with like a cheesy build for devices. But that's it pretty much. Still, he's good, but I think he's the second worst, so there is that. So not a very good bio weapon. Obviously, it becomes a lot stronger with a horde around it, but I don't think I should consider that. But now the skills here. Defense, React. I will not consider buffs, just defense, React, Epsilon Strain, and Ambush. Enhancement, kind of. There, it's good. Defense can be good, React can be kind of good. Ambush can be, it's good, it's reliable. It offers 5 seconds of invincibility to a zombie. I do use it, I think it's interesting with many builds. You can use it, you can mix traps and invincible. Yeah, one thing about I mean, sorry, ambush. One thing about ambush. So the description says something, but I think differently. Like, creatures stand up immediately after spawning and are invincible for a longer duration. They are invincible to everything including traps. So ambush from Annette is very similar to synchronize, except it's only for 5 seconds, but you don't need more than 5 seconds. So I think ambush is just as useful as synchronize from Alex, except you are also invincible to other stuff. I mean, you're invincible to the survivor's firearms. So it's, to me, this variant here is better than synchronize, for example. Just a small detail that I think is interesting. Epsilon Strain. Coupled with defense is I think good, but again, you need both and they basically make one good skill together, kind of. This alone is not great because survivors with a decent firepower will one-shot your dogs. With defense they will need a few more shots, so it's harder to counter. But still can be countered easily by a torch, simple as that. Mostly by a torch. If you have a torch, you will just, even with January, you will counter Epsilon Strain. Then, I don't know, Jill with a shotgun, any damage dealer will finish off the lickers. It doesn't matter how well you set up. So, just good, not very good. Now her special cards. Oh yeah, the Act and Ambush, in my opinion, is not that. It's very good with guns and traps, but no, not very good, just good. Sorry. So yeah, now her special cards. I think, for example, Ambush, it seems like a good card, but what does it truly do? It doesn't really give you bar energy, it's just a cycle card with one zombie. And it gives 5 seconds, so it's okay. It's a good cycle card and that's it. This is useless, this costs too much. I mean, this is used in some builds, but it's, again, it's okay, it's not very good, it's not strong, you know? It doesn't feel like a very strong card, like super helpful. This is very good in my opinion. Very good card, it costs not so much. It feeds back not a lot of time either, so if you make a dog build, this is really interesting. Now, first cards. So Licker, no, the problem with Licker is that they do fit 15 seconds. And they are kind of big, and their movements are very easy to, you know, it's easy to guess where they are going, so they're easy to kill. And they will fit time. So it's a good card, but its cost, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's worth it. Licker should be changed just to be tweaked. Kind of. This card here, very good card. It's a very good firearm card, by the way. So yeah, if you want to use a build like this, you know, with doggies, and this will be this is one of the best firearm cards, but the problem is it only affects creatures. So it's a very good card related to creatures again, so it's kind of limited. So that's Annette. That's why she's the weakest. Everything here is mostly, it can be good, but most of it can be supposedly easily countered by a team if they are smart enough. She doesn't have anything very strong. It doesn't feel like it, at least. Just strong at best. Now the second worst. For the second worst, I had to pick Daniel there. Yeah, Daniel is the second worst. I think he's very strong though. I really think, to me, he's very strong, but that doesn't matter, you know, he's still not the strongest here. Why? Mr. X, despite what you could think, most of the people will use a team which, I think it's because he has a beta team, which kind of lack damage, and they will not try to kill Mr. X for some reason. Most of the players won't. But if you have a team who is used of trying to kill Mr. X, that's very easy to do. Even a very good Mr. X player will be outplayed by one shotgun and a flash. Now, if he imagine you throw a flash, then he will put his hand to avoid the flash effect, you know. So you can shoot his hand with the shotgun once and he will be knocked back. Whatever. There are many ways to counter Mr. X. And killing him is pretty easy. He only has 11k health, sorry. So it's very easy to kill. And I will put him, I think he's still more useful than William because he's faster and he has more damage as well. And the tracking is also useful. It's part of Mr. X, he has tracking it, that's really good. So he's the third, he's the third best bioweapon. There are two bioweapons which are stronger in my opinion than Mr. X. Yeah, not to mention the Mr. X build, which is in my opinion, which is extremely bad. One of the worst builds I do play against. Even a very good Mr. X player, I mean, it's really easy to kill Mr. X with a decent team. So yeah, Mr. X can be good, but very easily counterable, and if he dies it's 15 seconds as well. And he can die very quickly and easily. So yeah. Now the variants here, how do they perform with all the builds we can make? Vampire, not good anymore. So there is one which is okay. It can be it can be good. Frenzy, it can be good too. It's reliable. It makes this, for example, stronger. It makes the V-Act zombie stronger as well, because you will get the slashers and then this pyro energy, you know. Then there is unnatural selection. I think it's strong. So that's what makes a difference between him and Annette, for example. This right here can be strong and game changing. With the either with the detonators or with the Nia's tentacle spear. There is sadly a bad RNG with the Nia tentacle. Otherwise, I think this would be reliable and very strong. But this is still strong, and it unlock players with the Nia. And with the boomer, obviously, you can almost I think you can one-shot some players. I think if they're tracked, you can one-shot them possibly, or almost with one boomer, with the white beard. There is like a boomer build with fall damage here, you know, and I think it's very strong. There is also a Nia build with same thing, sadist and fall damage, and it's really strong as well. Yeah. Now the variants. Sadist is it's good, but very easily counterable still. It's harder to counter if you do have unnatural selection and the tentacle, you know, the stun lock from the tentacle. So that's strong. There is Endurance, which, as everybody knows, is countered by a Kashima. Simple. Invincible, which is reliable and good. Not very good, but still reliable, and it can be very good if you enhance it with some equipment. Mostly, what's that equipment again? Yeah, implant chip right here. This makes invincible, reliable, and great. Yeah, so yeah, especially with guns. Oh, and yeah, invincible again can be combined with traps. You spawn a zombie, so he will be invincible even if you don't control him for 1 or 2 seconds. Think 2 seconds. Then you activate, let's say you activate a trap, and then you control your zombie and you can hit the survivor while he's being affected by our net trap, for example. So Daniel and traps work. Invincible here does work with traps well. Again, so invincible and frenzy or invincible and wind. Pick your choice. So Daniel is good. Daniel is very good, I think, with mixed builds. He's very good with guns as well. I will tell you why a little bit more. But yeah, Invincible helps a lot with this kind of build, and it is strong. Now, Overclock. They did add this because Daniel did lack bioenergy, sadly. There are some other cards, obviously. This is great. Not very good, not strong. But this is game changing. So amount of bioenergy you can get from that, just you can have everything you want, but the only problem is you get it in hour 2. If you did get this in hour 1, I think Daniel would be like a real threat. He would be freaking strong in hour 1 with that, because survivors don't have the same weapons in hour 1 and the same resources. So he has a very good hour 2 card immediately, game changing. Well, with everything. Okay, Remote Shell, very good card as well. So Remote Shell is just the zombie you want. It's perfect either with Invincible, it's great, it's very good, or either with Endurance, it's very powerful too, unless they make a Kashima play, but still, if you grab a player and you have damage with that card, it's just insane. And you can also just let it down and put some free infection as well, alright? That is, it's actually a very good trap card, Caltrops. It costs 1 if you have some deck similar to, okay, I do have my trap down here. So if you do have efficiency mode creatures, so what am I saying? Efficiency mode traps. This right here costs 1, and it's one of the best trap cards there is, okay? So that's very good to know. This here enables you to make a build similar to Infection Alex, you know, with this, alright? It's very similar. So Daniel has some very strong era 3 cards, so he's good in era 3. But this can still be countered mostly by Kashima if you are using Invincible. There is not really a counter, just need to wait 5 seconds though. So yeah, Caltrops are okay, but if players are careful, they can pretty much outplay it. It's really great with Mr. X though to combine Caltrops and a Mr. X play. Yeah, so that's why Daniel is my second worst, or you know, call it the way you want, second worst. Now the third one, the middle guy. Who is the middle guy between those 5 and last 3? Nicholai. Some of you might be surprised and think Nicholai is is among the best, but I would disagree. He has an extremely strong build made by Linkway. Made by Linkway. I think all of you know about it. It's meta these days. It has that equipment, that deck, whatever, and it's freaking strong. So that's why he's third, because of this one build. A friend of mine, Nervous Leader, also told me that Nicholai can be good with bioterrorism, for example, or with that, which I think is true. But still, I think Alex and Spencer have better options than Nicholai. They don't have just one option to go with, alright? So, Nemesis, best by weapon. To me, it's the best by weapon because Extermination, when you activate it, it has no counter except for one spray. The best way to counter Extermination is to make sure the 4 players are split and that you do have one spray. So Nemesis will use Exterminate, then you will, let's say, flash him or not, and use a spray. Countered. Here is the thing, 20 seconds later or 15, you get Extermination back, and you use it again, so they will need another spray. If you make the right player, obviously. There is some combo, basically you punch a player, then you use Exterminate on him, and it's very easy, I think, to get. It can be countered by yellow herbs, obviously, and supplements. so yellow Valerie, but every other ultimate is countered by the same thing. So also the speed you get when you run with Nemesis, it does counter speed running, so that's again very strong. His ability to run way faster than every survivor. His ability to stun lock them when he screams as well. So yeah, that's what makes him, to me, this variant right here, the best bioweapon there is. He's not very hard to kill once he's flashed, there is that. But it's not really that hard to avoid, I think, being killed with Nemesis. And you will use Exterminate at least once, so very good. You will waste that time, you know, very good bioweapon. So yeah. So that helps. That helps kind of making Nicholai one of the best. What else? Okay, his skills. Tracking once is reliable and good. It's simple. ABS, yes, can be okay, but it's good, not very good. Tracking once is just very good. One tick from the machine gun and then you get that insane damage, which, despite what you think when you play Nicholai, matters a lot. Because you don't need to put any damage equipment if you are in area 3 or in a big map like Abandon Park, for example, and you're shooting a survivor from far away. You get that tracking effect and you can down a survivor. With every other Mastermind here, you don't have a tracking, so if you shoot someone with a, let's say, a high caliber rifle from far away, you won't be able to down them. It's as simple as that. So tracking once matters a lot when he's playing with guns, more than you would think, because it's not a direct effect. It is, but it's hard to think about it from that perspective. So good skill, reliable, which Daniel and Annette don't have. They can be countered. I mean, Daniel is invincible, let's say, which is very good too. So yeah. But not more than that, but still it does affect every survivor very easily. So very good skill right here. Now bike expansion, insane. One of the best variants there is. It makes that build possible actually. If you play well, you will have pretty much infinite bar energy. Except in area 3 where you get fucked, sorry for the bad word, by the Applicator, which costs a 5 for a discount, or by the tactical sheet. One way or another, your economy will fall in area 3, sadly. So mag expansion, extremely strong variant. Firearm efficiency is good as well, as I said, and bioterrorism is good as well, but not very good. I think this one is the best, but I'm not one of the best Nicholai players out here, so again it is just my opinion. I haven't played enough with him to really say how good this or this is. I just think it's less good than this. So yeah, one of the best variant there is in this game. Here, Water Pulse, Autoshin mod, very good cycle card, cost 0, it does a great effect, you do see them, they attract more damage. Good card, not amazing, but good card. Autoshin mod, at the pro level, this is good or very good, but the counter is hard. It's hard to counter this. Well, basically, you need a good January. Or some really coordinated players to counter this, but this is still strong no matter what. Not very strong against a very good team, it won't matter that much. I think in some maps I do believe that Radar Pulse is a better choice than Autoshin mod, because having a one mod deck lets you get more goops and basically the usual combo shield, goop, machine gun, or shield, goop, rifle, or you know, a high caliber, whatever. And having two mods is punishing. You won't get that combo as often, so this I think can be better. No Toshi Nicholai is, in my opinion, stronger in some maps. In the bigger maps, I believe so. Now his area 3 card is, let's admit it, this can be good, but it costs a lot. This, well, this can be good, but again, it costs a lot. So that's problematic. I think his build gets weaker in area 3. Even if this can help, you don't really have the bio energy to support it. So sadly, his area 3 cards are not that great. It's really, he has this extremely strong skill right here. Nemesis and tracking rounds, which is good. Alright, so that's why he's third. I think you get it. He has one extremely strong build and a few more others, but he's limited when it comes to choosing. Yeah, yeah, just a few more things. You can play traps with Nicholai, it's good. Due to the tracking here, you will get 20% damage boost if you just goop them. Let's say you goop a survivor. Well, let's say you goop a survivor, you know, or you icon on him, then you activate a trap on him, you will get a 20% damage boost from the cannon on the goop, so there is that. And it's the same with creatures, you get that damage boost. But it's not amazing. Okay, now it's between Alex and Spencer. Who is the second best? So that was really hard to choose. I think Alex is the best by maybe a bit. And Spencer, it's really hard to say, but I will try to describe both of them and it will be up to you to choose, I guess. So generator, worst by weapon varies. Simple. It really is a war or clone or refract. So yeah, it's okay, but think of it. Imagine you are Daniel, you have 0 bio energy, then you use generator. Well, yeah, it can be countered by 1 spray. Each of those things can be countered by 1 spray. You can use this to protect your core, but I mean, it's not that great. It helps, it's another use, you know, you can put it right in front of your core, or you can use clone to protect your core as well, but it's just not that great, you know. I think even Birkin can possibly be more useful if you play him right. So yeah, there is that about him, which kind of matters a lot when I have to decide if he's the best or the second best. His bio weapon do matter. So now, mods. So mod efficiency, in my opinion, can be really good with guns. Yeah, impulse is not great. Deadbolt is a very good variant as well. Defense system is a very good variant too. So he has those 3, especially those 2 very good variants. This one is, it's debatable. I think it's good with 1 or 2 builds as guns, but that's it. Those 2 are good with everything pretty much. Very extremely good variants. Now here, everything here is just crazy good. Pretty Spencer strength it lays right there. Bioenergy helps with everything. It makes any build stronger, way stronger than it should be. So yeah, recharge. Pick the one you like. Recharge symbiosis. Paracelsus. I know a player who is using that and he's getting some extremely good results. I will not name him, but I think he knows who he is. And battery is, in my opinion, very strong as well. And yeah, that's what Spencer is, and that makes him good with every build. Traps, guns, creatures, anything you want. This will make your build way stronger than it will be with others. Area to work out, sadly, is I think omniscience can be good, but it's luck based, so I would say it's strong, not very strong. This is useful in some cheesy builds, and in some builds it's actually useful, but it's never... It doesn't affect the survivors, it just gives you mobile energy, which you usually don't need if you have a good build. There is that for the creatures, one of the strongest firearm cards again. One of the best firearm cards, sorry. Very useful as well. This is okay, I use it in my build, but that's because I cannot pick any other variant card here. Reroute. The best area 3 card in my opinion. I do believe that if players exit area 2 and come into area 3 with 2 minutes or less, it's a GG if you have a route. It doesn't matter which map it is, unless it's research, maybe they do have a chance. But on any other map, it's a GG, because you will waste at least 1 minute with the first core thanks to this. So we would insanely strong cards, the best area 3 card there is, and Spencer has it. Then there is Hypercharge, which is good with creature breeds as well. Mobile energy, but I don't think he needs it. Usually this is enough, the variant you have right here. So yeah, he has the strongest area 3 card, and this matters a lot. Really, it really does a lot. So yeah, that's why to me he's the second best. Now the best masterminds of them all, Alex Wesker. And yeah, my name is Alex Wesker as well. My PSN is Alex Wesker, but it's completely random. I don't even know why I say that. Oh, anyways, the plant. In my opinion, the plant is the second best by weapon after Nemesis. Why? I know a lot of you will be surprised, but Mr. X is way weaker than what most of players think. I think he's a very weak by weapon. William is not as useful as Yateveo, unless there are a bunch of creatures. If you flash him 2 times it's done, he's very slow. Yateveo, if used wisely, can snipe survivors somehow from far away, which other bioweapons can't do. Nemesis can with his rocket launcher and his other attack too, but it's not as great, I think. So yeah, and there is also a glitch. If you press Devour, if the survivors are trying to kill you and you keep spamming Devour, they won't get the 15 seconds back from your bio weapon, and I think that makes Yateveo very strong as well, because I think that glitch is part of the game. I do use it, and I think players should use it. So Yateveo does not give any time back if you do play Yateveo and you use that glitch. So that matters too. You can put Yateveo, and if you want to, go back to your deck, and let's say you are playing Trap Alex, and there is Yateveo. If they do take the risk to try to kill Yateveo, they have to be very careful, because you can place traps behind them at the same time. Or you can control Yateveo back. Or if you're playing Infectious Alex, you can put Yateveo and waste their time and then keep placing creatures around them. So that matters too. The short cooldown matters a lot as well. The infection gas is okay, it's useful, it's great. In area 3, yeah, if you don't believe it, I can put some links in the description or anywhere with some very good teams losing because of Yateveo. That does happen. A very, very good Yateveo player will place him at the right will position Yateveo really well, and that will matter a lot. Alright. So what was I saying? So yeah, a very good player will position Yateveo very well, and really in a good position Yateveo can be strong. Yes, it can be killed easily, just like Mr. X, or possibly even Nemesis after he uses Extermination. So yep. And Yateveo has 20k, 22k health with this variant, I think 44k with Verdant. So the health matters, it's resource draining as well. So yeah, there is that. Now her variants. Amplify and TheFrenchReaper's prototype. I think especially Amplify, extremely reliable skill right here, very strong, it does what it's supposed to do. So in fact the description is perfect, so there is that. TheFrenchReaper's prototype can be used too, and it's really good as well, I do believe, in the Infectious Alex usual build. Right here. Yeah, now mechanic. Mechanic is what makes the usual meta build Trap Alex possible, and even the durability, the added durability helps. You know, it just it just helps a lot and make and this part of one of the strongest breeds there is in that game. In my opinion, Triple X is just as strong as Nicholai and his Link Rebuild, for example. Played by a very good player. It's just, I will not name, but very good Alex players know who they are. So I'm talking about that breed, by the way. That breed with traps here, trap again. The usual trap Alex, alright. What else? Yeah, synchronized can be good too. This is okay, but this is good, but not very good, obviously. So yeah, that breed of her changes a lot. Now, yeah, Contagion, extremely good. Our 2 cars, one of the best. It's really game changing, and it goes along with amplifier right here. It helps as well. So yeah, there is that. Oh, triple landmine, extremely good card again. Well, you will not get the 4 players, but if you get 1 or 2 players with it, it's minus 15 seconds or minus 30 seconds, like that. So one of the best game-changing cards, and I like to think that it is really it's directly related to your skill. If you are a very good player, this card here will do a lot for you. There is that. Same for Contagion. Now, efficiency mode infection extremely strong, and it let Alex make some. I mean, I think you do know about the meta infection build. Very strong, very good build. You need a good amount of coordination to beat it. Randoms don't stand a chance. Now, what else? Yeah, detonator mode with traps, very strong as well. Very special. I like to think that detonator mode makes her become very similar to Nicholai, like a slower Nicholai. Because with detonator mode, Alex become like Trap Alex become some sort of camera build. You cannot set up anymore. You have to be on the cam and make the play. So extremely, yeah, very strong area free card as well. If you're playing with a gun build, this is, I think, the best gun in the game. I think this is the best gun in the game, unless to you which one it is. The machine gun? Nope. So yeah, she has the best gun in the game here. So that's another thing about her. She has, yeah, she is the most versatile, and she has a lot of very strong builds. Just like Spencer, but she has a better by weapon, which I think matters a lot at the end. She doesn't have the best area free card. Like we wrote is the best, but everything Alex has is basically very good. Everything is just really good here, reliable. So that is what makes her the best for me. She can be played with a gun build and be strong. She can be played with an infection build and be a big threat as well. I've seen it. And she can be played with a trap build and be super strong. It's just how it is. So Alex is number 1 in my opinion. And yeah, I think that ends this video. So again, from the worst to the best: Annette, Daniel, Nicholai, Spencer, Alex. That is what I think so far from my experience. As part of a team, I've faced most of the build, and I feel like this is how it is. So yeah, again, that's my opinion. If you think differently, feel free to share it in the comments. I will be glad to discuss with this about you. I can be wrong about everything, the whole damn video. Maybe I'm just wrong. It's easily possible. Anyways, that's it for this video. I don't want to make it any longer. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you learned something cool, or you had a good time listening to me there, talking for like fucking 30 minutes, whatever. Thanks for watching, bye.